In this video, we're going to find the area of a right triangle that has an incircle with a radius 5, and one of its acute angles is 30 degrees. In order to do this, we're going to apply Ingles' theorem of right triangle area from incircle, and that tells us that the area of a right triangle is equal to radius squared times secant theta plus tangent theta times cotangent theta plus cosecant theta, where theta is one of the acute angles of the triangle. Now, of course, we could use a calculator to determine those trigonometric functions, but since we do have a 30, 60, 90 triangle, let's go ahead and use the ratios. So we'll take out the only measurement that we have, the r equals 5. We'll put up the ratios of each of the legs of the triangle. In other words, these aren't the lengths, they're just the ratios. So if the hypotenuse is 1, then the short side, the side opposite 30 degrees, is a half, and the other side is radical 3 over 2. So now we need to determine the trigonometric values from these relative sizes of the legs. And before we can do that, we have to pick one of the angles. And the 30 was given, so we'll use that. So secant is hypotenuse over adjacent, and that would reduce down to 2 radical 3 over 3. Tangent is opposite over adjacent, which would reduce to radical 3 over 3. Cotangent is adjacent over opposite, which would reduce to radical 3. And cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite, which would be equal to 2. So now that we have our trigonometric values, we can remove our relative lengths for each of the legs and plug these numbers into our formula. The radius is 5. Secant of 30 is 2 radical 3 over 3. Tangent of 30 is radical 3 over 3. Cotangent of 30 is radical 3, and cosecant of 30 is 2. So 2/3 of radical 3 plus 1/3 of radical 3 is just radical 3. Radical 3 plus 2 is radical 3 plus 2. Radical 3 times radical 3 plus 2 is 3 plus 2 radical 3. R squared is 25. And finally, 25 times 3 plus 2 radical 3 is 75 plus 50 radical 3, or approximately 161.6 square units. And that's the answer. Thanks for watching.